we're dedicating the conference tournament to our fans because we know, it doesn't mean we can win every game, but we know what they do to get here, so we're going to play and hope we want them to have fun. We can't promise you we're going to win every game, but we're playing for you. Then the next weekend is all for us, and it's close the doors, and it's us. 3 weekends. But this thing, 3 games in a row out.
This is Kentucky basketball.
Welcome to this edition of This is Kentucky Basketball. This week I'm joined by UK sophomore Derek Willis, number 35, former star at Bullitt East High School. Thanks so much for being here.
All right, thanks for having me.
The Kentucky Wildcats finishing the regular season perfect, 31-0, the second time in school history that this has happened. What does it mean to you and this team?
For our team, I think, we're just taking it game by game and just doing it that way. I mean, we're really focused on defense, and our offense is starting to come around, and everything's just starting to gel together, and it's looking really good for us.
And you're now on a team that is part of UK basketball history. What does that mean to you as a Kentucky boy?
Oh, it's great. I mean, living the dream, and I'm playing for the best team in the nation, so you can't get much better than that.
The SEC tournament in Nashville, the Kentucky fans always go where the team goes. What is that like, having all the Big Blue Nation there supporting you every step of the way?
I mean, really, we're never away from home, so every game's a home game generally, and it's just great having the fans support us, and it's just been a good year.
When we come back, I'll go one-on-one with UK legend Tony Delk, and we'll flash back to a great moment in SEC tournament history, 1995. But first, UK opening SEC tournament play in Nashville Friday afternoon at Bridgestone Arena. Here's a look at the highlights.
Outlet to Andrew Harrison, hustles up the right side, cross-court pass to his brother, fakes the three, drives into the paint, 8-footer, good!
Willie Cauley-Stein led the Kentucky break that time, Tom.
Andrew Harrison, right of the circle, drives into the lane, floats it up and in.
Kentucky's
Harrison has a basket. Ulis curls to the top of the key, gives it up to Andrew Harrison, left wing three, good! Andrew Harrison's been shooting that three ball much better of late. Florida by 1. Hill drives into the lane, ball knocked away by Andrew Harrison, picked up by Booker, 2-on-1. Booker drives, lays it in. Cats lead, 18-17. To Aaron, fires it down to Dakari Johnson. Turns into the paint, now pivots back to the baseline, lays it up and in with the left hand. Lyles, Towns, Booker, and Aaron Harrison out there with it. Comes into Booker, right corner, three, good! Deep in that right corner, caught it, falling away, buried the three for walk-on. Scores on a reverse layup. Kentucky's lead back to 1. At the other end, a driving layup, good for Aaron Harrison. Towns and Cauley-Stein. Willie's got it, right of the lane, turns into the paint, left hand hook, bounces in.
He likes that left hand. We've seen him turn to that left side.
Runner, no good. He pushed off to get space, no call. Cats have the rebound. Ulis bounces it off to Harrison. Aaron, three ball, right side, go! Timeout, Florida! Aaron to play it in, left baseline to his brother. Feeds Towns, left of the lane. One dribble, turns, right hand hook, good.
He was strong. He bowled his way through Horford.
Harrison on the right side, floats it to Towns, right of the lane. Quickly back to Aaron. Aaron drives, right of the lane, 10-footer, good. Little two-man game there between Towns and Aaron Harrison. Passes across to Cauley-Stein at the left elbow. Floats it up for a dunk. First one of the game for Kentucky, Karl Anthony Towns. Down low it goes to Cauley-Stein. Right-hand hook shot, no good. Rebounded by Towns, puts it back up. Count it, and a foul on Florida. Andrew comes to the right side. Double team, hooks it across to Ulis. Deep three, left side. Yes!
Nice ball movement within the shot clock.
This is Kentucky basketball is presented by Kentucky One Health and is brought to you by Brick Street Insurance, Delta Dental, Kentucky Community and Technical College System, Kentucky Farm Bureau, and by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety. This UK Flashback is brought to you by Kentucky One Health.
In March of 1995, Kentucky and Arkansas hooked up in one of the most memorable SEC tournament finals in history. The third-ranked Wildcats found themselves trailing the fifth-ranked Hogs by as many as 19. But the Cats roared back against the defending national champs. Freshman Antoine Walker led the Cats with 23. Tony Delk had 15.
With the score tied at 80, UK forced an Arkansas turnover. Roderick Rhodes was fouled and with 1.3 seconds left, missed both free throw attempts that might have won the game for the Cats. In overtime, Arkansas built a 9-point lead, but the Cats clawed back. In the waning seconds, Anthony Epps stole an inbounds pass and was fouled. Rhodes couldn't bear to watch as Epps drained both free throws. A Scotty Thurman three was short, and the Wildcats won their 14th SEC tournament title.
This UK Flashback was brought to you by Kentucky One Health.
Welcome back to This is Kentucky Basketball. He is a UK basketball legend, played in the NBA, and now Tony Delk's jersey is hanging in the rafters here at Rupp Arena. What does that mean for you?
Indeed, it's truly a great honor just to be amongst the many greats that played here, and I'm excited about it. I get a chance to bring my family and friends in, and it's been a long process of starting in Brownsville, Tennessee, to get to Lexington, Kentucky.
This is clearly a very special team this season. What do you see when you look at this group?
Kind of see the resemblance of the 2012 team with them having so many long athletic players. They're good outside, they play together, and they play great defense.
Fans like to make the comparison to the 96 and this season's team. What do you see when you look at that team compared to the team that you were on that won the 6th national title here at Kentucky?
I see a lot of pros, but I see a group of guys that really enjoy playing with each other, and they play great defense. And what's so special about this team is that they share the ball. They play defense on both ends, on the defensive end, but what they do better than anything is that they pass and play amongst each other.
Is there a player on this team who you look at and reminds you of yourself?
I'd have to go with Devin Booker. As good a shooter as he is and getting his feet set, and now the players know where he's at and how to find him, as well as Aaron Harrison. I mean, he is excellent at shooting the ball as well. He's made so many clutch shots for this team as well as last year's team. So I love the shooters, and when guys make shots, I really watch them a lot more.
Are there any teams that you see or types of teams that could pose a problem for Kentucky in the NCAA tournament?
I think the only problem will be Kentucky. Kentucky is their only nemesis. You know, they play defense well, they score on offense, and what makes a great defensive team is how many consecutive stops they can get. And this team can get a number of consecutive stops. So I don't really see anyone. A lot of teams can play with them, but beating them, it's going to be tough.
What is your prediction for this team in this season?
That they finish cutting down the nets.
Tony Delk, thank you so much for being with us here. And stay with us. There's more to come here on This is Kentucky Basketball.
Hi, I'm Tony Barbie, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Play. Let's go back to this week versus Arkansas, where we had many concerns versus Arkansas's pressure. Their man-to-man press, face guarding, on the ball, off the ball, and we had to be concerned with their 2-2-1 press. So let's take a look here, how we get an easy goal by attacking their 2-2-1. Drew gets the ball. We'll let Devin Booker get to the middle. So we just got to our 2-2-1 set. 2 guys in the back, Devin the one in the middle, and then our 2 bigs deep. We like to attack the sideline, forcing the trap. We want to drive the ball and force them to trap. And so now their 2 in the middle have a tough time matching up. We get it to Devin. Now we've got a number advantage. You can see we're 3, Devin, Willie, and Trey Lyles. We're 3 on 2. We have the numbers advantage, which leads to a great alley-oop dunk by Trey Lyles. Join us again next week on Inside the Play.
This week's Meet a Wildcat is Alex Poythress. Derek, how would you describe Alex?
Alex, he's really just an average kid, honestly. I mean, all of us are, I feel like. We like doing the same stuff that any of our fans' kids probably do. I mean, playing video games, play basketball, of course, and just hang out. So, just a normal kid. I mean, I know in his room he has this old Nintendo 64, I think, or something. And a lot of the team goes in there and they play Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers, and they're always competitive over that and just different stuff like that. So it's pretty neat to see something like that.
When he got injured earlier in the season, the team really rallied around him, and now he's had to take on a different role. How does he help this team, even though he's not able to be out there on the court playing?
I mean, he's more vocal for sure. You hear him on the bench. He's always talking to the other team, talking to us, just being positive, really. I mean, it takes a lot of maturity for him to do what he does and just stay as positive as he can. It's really good.
Here's this week's Meet a Wildcat, Alex Poythress.
Meet a Wildcat is brought to you by Window World, the preferred window installers of the Big Blue Nation.
Game-winning shot. Everybody just dreams of hitting big shots like that. Tug of war. The car. He's probably hard to move. I play golf, or I know how to play golf. Ooh, 13 maybe. Yeah, 13 I think. And no, it was great. It's on an inbounds play. Probably the fly. Everybody loves to fly.
Meet a Wildcat was brought to you by Window World, the preferred window installers of the Big Blue Nation.
When we come back, Derek will be answering some fan questions from Twitter, and Coach John Calipari answers fan questions as well. That's next on This Is Kentucky Basketball.
Zach, I've had some really good players. When you start talking Marcus Camby and Lou Rowe and that crew, when you start talking Derrick Rose and Chris Douglas and that crew, when you talk Anthony Davis and Michael Kidd and that crew and Terrence Jones, and when you start talking Brandon Knight and that crew with Terrence Jones, when you start talking John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, what I would say is no team that I've ever coached has relied on each other like this team. This team is truly a team that all talented players, pro potential and going to make it, yet none of them care about being stars. I think Bill Walton said it best. The player of the year should be the University of Kentucky team. That should be the player of the year. Incredible stuff that we're witnessing, I can tell you that.
If you'd like to ask Coach John Calipari a question, just go to his Facebook page. What does Coach Cal mean to you, Derek?
What Coach Cal means to me, I mean, honestly, he's been very influential in like me starting to become a young man, you know, transition away from home, and you know, I'm down here, and it's just been a really good lesson being under him, honestly. I mean, I've just learned so much stuff. I mean, not just from basketball, but just like life lessons. I mean, you just had to grow up, and it's been great.
UK fans have some questions for you on Twitter, so are you ready for these?
Yeah, let's go.
JT28UK asks, what is Derek's favorite basketball memory of his 2 years of playing at Kentucky?
My favorite memory would have to be from this year. Florida game down at Florida. Willie just caught like the nastiest dunk on, I think it was Robertson or one of those players, and it was just insane. It should have been the dunk of the year, and gosh, it was just nasty. I couldn't believe it.
Do you have a favorite personal memory from your playing?
I don't know. I really don't like talking about myself, so I guess like one memory I had was against Georgetown College. I think it was like the end of the game. There was like probably 2 seconds left. And I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to try something. And I went up and just did like some little move under the rim. And it felt so good. But I don't know, once I came down, like my back started tightening up. And it wasn't good. So
NKY Cat 33 asks, knowing Derek said he fell out of love with basketball earlier this year, how does he feel now?
I had fallen in love with the game. And it was for like my own personal reasons. I try to deny that I was frustrated with the game, and I really was just kind of lost. But I mean, it was really my own fault. I mean, I thought about, you know, maybe is it the coaches? I mean, it wasn't. You know, it all comes back onto you at the end of the day. And I guess what I needed to do was just work harder. I mean, you know, you're not gonna, you know, play a kid that's not, you know, putting in as much effort as, you know, other players are. And just like a businessman is not going to, you know, give a raise to one of his workers if they're not doing enough. So,
how do you feel about it now?
I feel great. I mean, I feel like my head's back on my shoulders. The season's going great. I'm happy for my team, and I'm always going to support them whether I'm playing or not. I mean, there's always something you can do. I mean, it's not about me, or it's not about, you know, the next guy. It's about our team. It's about the fans and Big Blue Nation. So whatever we can do to, you know, Bring championships back and just, have a great season. That's what we're going to do.
When we come back, we'll wrap things up with Derek. That's next on This is Kentucky Basketball. Up next for the Kentucky Wildcats, the NCAA tournament, the big dance. You were on the team last season that finished oh so close, national runners-up. How did that influence how you feel going into this season and now going into the NCAA tournament?
Well, we've been there. We've been through everything. Injuries and every which game you could think of, and this year just benefited us so much. I feel like we understand game state even better than other teams, and we progress way better than other teams do. On the defensive end, and I feel like that's where it matters most. It's
already been an incredible season for this team. What do you think it is about this group that makes it so special?
We are special. We have our team's insane, and I'm not a overly cocky guy, and I don't like to boast about really a lot of things, but it is what it is. Our players, each player is better than every other player on the other team. We're bigger, faster, and our skill set's just there, and it's just a freak team. Honestly, really it is.
Well, thank you so much for being my co-host this week. We wish you all the best in the tournament.
All right, thank you.
And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week for another edition of This is Kentucky Basketball.
Trap spins, passes to Cauley Stein, fires it down low. Lyles goes up, scores, and a foul on Auburn. Stops on the wing, kicks it to his brother, the trailer, over to Lyles. 15 feet out, lets it fly. Good.
Cats now in a pretty good groove offensively.
Point guard goes to that wing. Right elbow, Booker jumper, rims and stays. Took a trip and came back in. Passes to Ulis, who's into the free throw line. Jumper in the air, no good. Rebound tapped up and in by Dakari Johnson. Runner, no good. Rebounded by Lyles. Outlet to Ulis. Kentucky running. Ulis into front court, hesitates, drives the lane. Crossover move, wraparound pass. No, foul! Bucket for Willie Cauley-Stein. Highlight play for Kentucky and a foul on Malcolm Canada. Yesterday they were 18 of 46, 39% there. Missed, but rebounded and dunked back in by Dakari Johnson.
Didn't go in, but good shot.
AC Ross Miller drives the lane. It's blocked by Towns. Off to Booker. Bounce pass right side. Lyles drives, scores, blocking foul. Three-point play opportunity for Kentucky. The foul's on Harrell. Willie Cauley-Stein misses the second shot. Lyles taps it back to Cauley-Stein. Drives, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebounds it, lays it in. 11 for Willie Cauley-Stein. 12 to shoot. Andrew down the left side. Changes directions, into the paint, hesitates. Gives it out to Booker. Three ball, left side. Good.
2 for 2.
Double team, angles right, drives the lane, runner blocked out of bounds by Willie Cauley-Stein. His third one of the day. He's number 3 all time now. He's passed Sam Bowie today. Rebound Lyles, outlet to Ulis, coming up the left side. Fires a pass across to Andrew Harrison. Pull up three, good!
Willie Cauley-Stein running the floor, was ahead of everybody.
Dumps it down to Cauley-Stein, back to Ulis. Left corner, three ball, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Cauley-Stein. One dribble, turns, shoots, and scores. Outlet pass to Ulis, up to Booker, into the paint, lob, dunk, Cauley-Stein, foul on Thompson of Auburn. Floats left, bounce feed to the post to Towns, back to Ulis in the corner for a three, good. Tyler Ulis, first basket of the day. Cauley-Stein guarding him, and a nightmare for Harrell. Drives by Willie, shot blocked by Towns. Off to Andrew Harrison, Kentucky running. Andrew, bounce pass right side, Lyles goes for the bucket, banks it in, and Kentucky has its largest lead of the day. Ulis fires it to Cauley-Stein, left of the lane, backing in, turns to with a right-hand hook, good.
Playing with a ton of confidence at the offensive end right now.
Hawkins taps the rebound out to Booker. Up to Ulis, right side. Floats it across and a dunk from Marcus Lee. Rebound Willis, ahead to Lee. Slam dunk.
This is Kentucky Basketball, was presented by Kentucky One Health and was brought to you by Kroger, Safelite Auto Glass, Time Warner, Toyota, and by the UPS Store.